Welcome to Greg and Mortis's Little World of Horror. This is my Slash from the Stash video. It's Sunday, August 24th. Glad to be back to all you viewers. It is another week. It is another Sunday, and each and every Sunday I do these mini reviews of films that I own. And much like what I've done the last couple weeks, I'm going to be breaking into a Scream Factory release. The last two episodes that I've done on Sunday, I've looked at the new release of Phantom of the Paradise, and then last week I looked at the new release of Motel Hell. And so today I was sitting going through all my collections of Blu-rays. Wasn't really looking at the DVDs. I kind of avoided those. I said, man, I want to see some Blu-rays, and going through everything I got, and went back to my Scream Factory releases that I got, and I decided to pick one today. And we are going to be looking at 1986, directed by Stuart Gordon. It's H.P. Lovecraft's From Beyond. And this was produced, or executive producer, of Charles Band. And there's the back of the box. There you go. Bam, again. Really cool cover art, commissioned art. And this is a really groovy movie, man. It's really cool to watch. I enjoy it. And it does star Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton, and also you got Ted Surreal and Ken Foree from Dawn of the Dead. This, like I said, was from 1986. It was really cool because Stuart Gordon was able to bring along Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton again from Reanimator, which is such an amazing film. And he was able to cast these, the same characters back, and they come back. And in this movie, Jeffrey Combs plays the character of Dr. Crawford Tillinghast, and then Barbara Crampton plays the scientist, and her name is Dr. Catherine McMichaels. And it's kind of a groovy movie, but before I get really into the movie, I do want to talk about the Scream Factory release of this. Much like Scream Factory's movies, they had the slipcover cases. Not all of them, but of course this one did. I've already switched out the cover art on the Blu-ray box itself, the Blu-ray case. That's the original cover art. And then you got the commissioned art. And inside, you got the Blu-ray DVD combo, which is really cool. Same image on both of them, but if you look really close to the inside of the mouth, they got almost like a skull, and it kind of reminds me of, if you remember the movie They Live, John Carpenter's. It kind of has that feel to it. But they've done a tremendous job on this film. Really love it. And what I love about this too is the bonus features. Scream Factory seems to always knock it out of the park with the bonus features. This one has audio commentary by director Stuart Gordon and the cast, which is really entertaining to hear them. I mean, as far as Stuart Gordon and, of course, Barbara Crampton, Jeffrey Combs, and the crew talking about the movie is really interesting and fun. You also got interviews with Barbara Crampton, interview with Jeffrey Combs, interview with Charles Band. All the interviews are great. You got a director's perspective featurette. You got the editing room, which is the Lost and Found featurette. And also interview with composer Richard Band, photo gallery. All kinds of good stuff in this. So this is a really strong release for Scream Factory. And it came out in 2013, so there's nothing new about this one. Hopefully, if you are a fan of Scream Factory, you've already picked this one up. If not, man, I highly recommend it. Get you a good close-up of, a few of the still pics there from the movie. And if you don't own this one, man, I'll tell you what I think about it. But this is just a really cool film. To get into the film itself, as far as a plot, basic plot of this is Dr. Pretorius, who's played by Ted Surreal, let me get it out, S-O-R-E-L. He's created this machine, and it's called the Resonator. And Jeffrey Combs' character, Dr. Tillinghast, is basically his assistant. And what this Resonator does is it affects a part of your brain called the perineal part of your brain, sort of like the third eye. So when it's on and when it's triggered, you're able to almost step out of your body and fall into a new dimension. And you it's weird because there's things supposedly, according to the movie, that are always around you, but you can't see them. but once that perennial side of your brain is opened up, then you can. And you see this in the very opening scenes of this movie, where Jeffrey Combs' character has cut the resonator on, and he starts seeing these colors and these things going on. It's like these long eels, and these eels are swimming all around the resonator, and they're swimming around him. And one of them comes at him, he grabs it, bites his face, but he immediately realizes something's going on, so he cuts the machine off and runs in and gets Dr. Pretorius. And of course he wants to come in and see the results. And when he does, all hell breaks loose, because the machine ends up, he loses his head, let's just say that. And then there's police involved. Jeffrey Combs' character ends up in an asylum. And then you're introduced to Barbara Crampton. And Barbara Crampton comes in as a scientist slash doctor. And she is very interested in what this resonator was. So she's able to get Jeffrey Combs' character out of the hospital under her care, and she's able to go back to the location of where the resonator's at, along with a bodyguard who is Ken Foree. And I love Ken Foree from Dawn of the Dead and a lot of pretty cool groovy movies. And Ken Foree's player, he's Bubba Brownlee. So he goes by the name of Bubba, and he's kind of the enforcer. He's kind of the bodyguard, so to speak. So they end up at the location where the resonator was, and basically, through happenstance, the resonator's resurrected somewhat, and she becomes enthralled by it, and some weird shit goes on, creatures. This movie is freaky. I'm talking, man, it is really artsy, really cool. Just an amazing film that is a really cool sci-fi horror flick that is a real mind trip. I'm talking the colors in this film are bright and vibrant. The special makeup effects are amazing in this film. The creatures look awesome. Anything from giant looking, I don't know what you would call them, almost Tremor-esque creatures floating around, and just, it's all really cool. And Charles Band does talk about some of this in his interview, about how that this film was shot by Empire Productions, which basically Dino De Laurentiis owned this studio in Rome, Italy, and it's on 100 acres of land. It's soundstage, the whole 9 yards, but he lost it due to not paying taxes or whatever, so Charles Band purchased it, and this was the first film to be released under the Empire logo. And it's shot on set, shot in Rome, Italy. And he was talking about some of the troubles of having to, because there wasn't really computer generated abilities then, the CGI that we have today. So a lot of practical effects. So they were shipping stuff, flying it out from LA to Rome, Italy. And that cost, I mean, it really does. So the budget on this one, he speculated to be around $2.5 million. Really pretty big budget, of course, at the time. But they ended up running out of money towards the end of the movie. But still looked great. I'm talking all the effects, man. I was really blown away. Love Stuart Gordon. Does such a great job, man. I highly respect his work. Huge fan of Reanimator, of course. And then being able to see Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton brought along for this one again, and them working together is just amazing. Highly, highly, highly give a double thumbs up on my review on this one. This is a must-own, especially in the sci-fi flicks. You'll love it. And like I said, when I do my reviews here on Slash the Stash, I do not do 10 to 1, 1 to 5, 4-star, whatever. I do thumbs up for purchase, side view for rental, and thumbs down for voids. And this one, like I said, does get the double thumbs up. Very good movie, very entertaining. Jeffrey Combs is amazing in this film. He is put through hell. And even Barbara Crampton too. I mean, both of them really, literally, man, worked their ass off in this movie. And of course Ken Foree as well. It was really neat to see, because there's not a lot of characters in this film, so it's focused mainly around Ken Foree. Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton, and also this other nurse by Carolyn Purdy Gordon, who played Dr. Block. That's your main cast. Now you do have a few characters that's added on back at the hospital for a brief moment, but just beautifully shot. The home where the resonator was at, which was in Italy on a studio, I'm telling you, it's gorgeous. It's like almost like three houses put together. It's real old wood look, two-story kind of barn-like. And when you look at it, it looks like it was built 1, 2, 3 side by side, identical. It's huge, man. I loved it. Just love this movie. Scream Factory done, like I said, an excellent job. Once again, if you do not own From Beyond, get your hands on it and own this movie. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. And while you're at it, go ahead and pick up like Reanimator, Beyond Reanimator, Bride of Reanimator, Castle Freak. You know, search out a lot of these films because they're really fun to watch. But it is, once again, close up. There you go, From Beyond, loosely based off of a short story from H.P. Lovecraft. And once again, the original poster art, which I really love as well. Stuart Gordon, Charles Band, Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton, Ken Foree. Double thumbs up. So this has been my Slash from the Stash. I do want to thank all you viewers that are watching these videos and giving me likes and comments. Thank you so much. It means so much. Be sure to do the same on this one. Right down here. Like right here where I'm pointing. Go ahead and give me the thumbs up. I think it's actually on this side. Nope. Maybe on this side. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you like it. Comment below. Let me know what you thought of the video. If you're watching this for the first time and you haven't seen any of my videos, go ahead and subscribe and go back and look at some of my previous videos. I'd really appreciate that. But with that, until next week, possibly a new Blu-ray DVD update video. Don't know. Just depends on how money's flowing. If not, you'll have a couple videos. I'm doing at least 2 videos a week, so stay tuned. But it is Sunday, August 24th. This is my Slash from the Stash. Once again, 1986 Scream Factory's release of H.P. Lovecraft's From Beyond. Double purchase, must own. So until next week, this is Gregor Mortis. This is my little world of horror signing out until next week. Peace!